Welcome to MapGrow, the RPG art show. My name is Kyle, and today I have some tough news for you. Don't do it. Just stick to what you're good at. Don't do anything new. Listen, I had to learn the hard way. I wanted to use some linocut printmaking stuff that I have. Look, right there. If I print that, it's going to be backwards. You got to make your linocuts mirrored. Come on. It's at times like this I recall that the root word for amateur is amore, as in love, as in, for the love of Pete, stay in your lane. Like, I'm good at drawing. I'm okay at game design. All right, like, let that be enough. Why do I have to stunt on everybody and try out something new and then, do a video about it that shows how embarrassingly bad I am at things? And it took so long. I have other things I need to do on my winter break. This was just entirely indulgent. And then my hand started to cramp up and I stabbed myself in the thumb. Very soon, I'm undeniably going to be in my late 30s. And I think I just need to get comfortable with the idea that whatever I'm good at now is all I'm going to be good at. And that should be enough, because the things that I'm good at actually do make me very happy and satisfied. And it has led to me meeting some of the finest people I've ever met and continues to bring wonderful new people into my life all the time. So where does this need to keep branching out, to keep experimenting come from? Why can't I be content with what I've got? It's just when you're in art school or at the beginning of the journey, you just start acquiring art supplies and bric-a-brac, and it just sits in a tub and you just cart it around from city to city to apartment to apartment and never use any of it, because deep down you know what you can actually do, and you avoid things that you know are just going to bring you pain. But I keep coming back to this. I'm so inspired by so many excellent printmakers and so many painters and singers and people working in all kinds of media I've never even tried before. And I think, man, if I could just get a little piece of that, if I could just, maybe I am the next William Blake, maybe I am the next Gustave Doré, maybe I have something to contribute, I just haven't taken the time yet. And that's when it hits me that I'm thinking about the legacy of all these great artists that I've learned from and looked closely at. And I start thinking about, what am I leaving behind? I'm not that old. Late 30s isn't that bad. But it feels different than your late 20s, let me tell you. You start thinking about your legacy as an artist. You start thinking about how many hours over the course of your life have you been cooped up in a studio, kind of screwing around, hoping you'll get just a little bit better today. No, I don't think that's it. I think you're hoping that today, magically, this is the day. This is when you arrive. This is when you see some kind of hope that all of this work is going to mean something to anybody else. and the truth is, why am I even worried about my legacy? That's not the story for most artists, to get into the history books and the museums and all that stuff. That's not how it goes for hardly any of us. So I'm not worried about my legacy, and I don't think that I deserve one. Because when it comes right down to it, I am just afraid that if I stop performing, if I stop clowning around for long enough, that I just stop existing. Like, I'm not just afraid that if I stop, it means that it never counted. I'm afraid that it never counted to begin with. And the annoying thing is, there's always that itch. There's always that niggling feeling that tomorrow's going to be different. That tomorrow something worth seeing is going to happen. And then it hits you. All the little flaws, all the little things that have gone wrong, all the little things that you couldn't possibly have foreseen. And all the little things that went wrong because you were too afraid to look into it to begin with, because you knew it wasn't going to turn out right. So you used ignorance as a defense mechanism. But now it's done. It's out in front of you. It's unavoidable. And it's gorgeous. Look at this thing. A Marpy? I love it. I don't care what you think. I'm framing this thing. This is the best thing I've made in months. It's made me so happy. I mean, yeah, it, technically speaking, is a travesty unto printmaking, if not art as a whole. But it just makes me so happy. This one's going up on the wall. This one's in the bag, and so is this episode of Map Crow, my friends. This is the end of the first year I've been doing this crazy thing called Map Crow, and I love it so much. I may not be any good at it, but I enjoy it. And that's my attitude towards art making too. And I hope I can get paid for it from time to time. That'd be nice. But I'll tell you, to be an artist, you don't have to be good at making art. You just have to be bad at quitting making art. Until next time, my friends, farewell, and thank you for watching.